من الهوليوود بولفارد ووك اوف فيم موجود اليوم لافتتاحية الفيلم هانسل اند جريتل، والممثلين هلا قطعوا فيتو على تشاينيز ثياتر اللي بيملكه المنتج ورجل الاعمال الامريكي اللبناني إلي سماحه اللي رح نتعرف عليه بهالحلقه. Mr. Elie Samaha, thank you for receiving us in your house in Los Angeles. I know you are a Lebanese-American entrepreneur and producer. You were born in Zahle in 1955. Tell us more about your childhood in Zahle.
My childhood was not easy, actually. Grew up without a father, so my mom was amazing. She raised me, my brother, and my sister. She was a single mother. Very tough on any single mother in the late 50s in Lebanon. So she had a very hard time, you know, because without a father in the family, you know, it's much more difficult. But she was such an amazing woman that she was able to raise me and my brother and my sister, and we all worked together for the last 25, 30 years. So she's done an amazing job. So we had a very good childhood growing up, thanks to my mom, of course.
Mm-hmm. And I know that since then you brought some bands from London to Beirut and you made some concerts in Zahle.
Well, to make extra money as a little kid, I used to promote concerts in Zahle by bringing people like Kamal Shamaoun to Zahle and having concerts at the cinema called Opera. And also brought bands from London, like the Bats, the Strings, and some other bands that they only had to pay $300, $500 for, and made money to, you know, spend. I started working at a very young age to help my mother because I dropped out of school. Wasn't so smart in school, actually, so I couldn't pass any of my classes. And that was one of the main reasons, you know, to help my mom. And me and my brother, we started a partnership promoting concerts before I left to go to Europe.
Yeah. And then you left to go to London. Why did you leave Beirut, and knowing you had dreams to fulfill?
No, actually, the civil war broke in Lebanon at the time. I don't think I was a big believer of the civil war, what it stood for. And had an opportunity to leave.
Why did you leave?
I spent a couple of years in Europe, and then I came to New York. Actually, I came to LA. I had some relatives here. I have an uncle who worked with the United Nations, and they wanted me to go to school, but I wasn't so smart, like I said. And I decided not to stay in Los Angeles, went to New York. I used to compete in martial art. So I got a job as a bouncer at a club called Tunnel, which was one of the largest clubs in New York. And from there, I got discovered by a guy named Steve Lobel. God bless his soul, who's dead right now. Him and Ian Schrager opened a club called Studio 54. I worked at Studio 54.
And you met all the stars there?
I didn't know any of the stars actually, and my English wasn't great. So, but with time, I got to meet lots of the people who I end up doing movies with, from Sylvester Stallone to John Travolta to Bruce Willis to Robert De Niro to Jack Nicholson, to all these guys, because they all frequent Studio 54. That was the hottest club to be at in the late 70s, like 79, 80.
Yeah. And you started your own club too?
Well, after Studio 54 got shut down, it was raided by the government because these guys didn't pay taxes. It's all public information. And I opened a club in the meatpacking district called Area. And that was open for about 2.5, 3 years. Lots of my celebrity friends, the actors, helped me, gave me money to get started. And after that, I decided to come to LA in 1984.
أنا اليوم أمام التشاينيز ثياتر على هوليوود بولفارد، واشتري مؤخراً السيد إلي سماحة اللي اكتشفنا سوا أنه من هو وصغير يحب الفن ويجيب الفنانين إلى زحلة وبيروت، ومن ثم ترك لبنان بعمر 16 سنة. خلينا نكتشف عنه أكثر من بعد هالبريك الإعلاني. You came to LA in 1994 and
1984.
1984, sorry. And
I'm a lot older than you think.
No. You're fine. And you started also your business in restaurants and clubs.
Well, I came in either late 83 or 84. And I started doing parties because I have lots of celebrity friends, and whenever you have celebrity friends, people want to come to these parties. So I made a very good living doing that, actually.
Private parties.
Yeah, lots of private parties. Like, you know, we will advertise we're doing a party, and we'll invite, you know, a few celebrities, and we'll charge people at the door $20, and we'll charge them for the alcohol. And we made $10,000, $15,000 a night per party, which was good money in these days.
Which year did you start your own clubs and restaurants in LA?
In 1985, I opened a club with a woman named Helena. She was a very good friend of Jack Nicholson, and she asked me to be her partner because she liked the parties I was throwing. And we opened the club. We didn't get along too well. And I decided to get bought out. And then I opened a club called Roxbury in 1989 on the Sunset Strip. That became more famous than 54, and there was a movie made about it called A Night at the Roxbury.
And was it hard to work in this field in LA, or it was maybe something you liked, or did you encounter some problems?
It's always fun to work around beautiful people. So one thing I learned from Studio 54, from Ian Schrager and Steve LaBelle, was, you know, if you have beautiful people and celebrities in your club, everybody wants to be there.
Yeah.
So that was a good learning experience for me, and I implemented that in all my clubs till this day. We still own some of the hottest clubs in Hollywood. And it's worked very well because people always want to be around celebrities, whether you're in the United States or China or Russia or Lebanon. I've taken a few celebrity friends of mine with me to Lebanon, and you know, people go crazy over them, and they weren't even big celebrities. So, I mean, that was one way, and still till this day, what really attracts people and brings them to different clubs and new clubs and venues.
So this is the good side of all this. Is there any bad side? Do you encounter maybe problems inside the clubs? You have to be really aware of everything, have security. Maybe sometimes the famous people are the one who maybe start a problem or any...
I don't worry about stuff like that. I let Steve worry about it. Actually, that's his job. No, usually, you know, I'm a very good delegator. Okay. I think I've done a very good job. We employ over 1,200 people in my company. So I'm a very good person to delegate to people to do what they're supposed to do. And I surround myself with people who has worked with me for the last 20 to 25 years because I reward them very, very well. And it's very important for the people who work with me that they feel they're part of the team. So you're only as good as your people. I'm not that, you know, genius, but I choose people to work with who are very smart, who know how to execute on things.
So today you own 11 restaurants and clubs in Los Angeles. Tell us more about this.
Well, my main business is also real estate. That's what we do. We like to buy our own real estate, and we put restaurants, clubs, bars, design companies, whatever it is, into our own real estate. So that's what I believe in. And we pretty much in Hollywood, I want to say, you know, we have some of the hottest clubs, whether it's the Supper Club or Roxbury or Hemingway or the Writer's Room or Lure or Playhouse or La Vida. These are all clubs that we have. We also have the Pig and Whistle, which is a pub. We have restaurants called Luca, I'm a partner in too also. So it's stuff that I like to frequent and visit myself. So these are the venues that we have. They all are different than each other. So
in 1996, you started the film business.
Yes.
And during 10 years only, you have produced more than 108 films. So I think it's a big success. How did you do all that?
By accident? No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I was married to an actress. I was dating an actress in the early 90s, and I managed many other actresses beside her. I had people like Christian Slater, Richard Grieco, Sly, and some other people. And when you manage actors, they call you at 3, 4 in the morning and say, I'm in jail, could you get me out? So if you're going to manage them, you don't make as much money. So one thing I decided to do is go into film producing because you make a lot more money as a producer. You own the negative on the film. It's like owning real estate. And that was one of the reasons I went in that business, to make movies with friends who were, you know, my friends from New York, and they all mostly the same age as I am, or a few years older than I am, 2, 3, or 5 years. And we got to make some fun movies together, which was an amazing experience.
And what do you find more exciting, the film business or the restaurant and club?
What I find more exciting is actually real estate, because that's what I love most. The film business is fun, the club business is fun to entertain people.
The other one is serious business.
Well, real estate, yeah, the real estate for me is, you know, I like to own trophy properties. So for me is, we have lots of beautiful stuff on Hollywood Boulevard, which we've assembled together over the last 10 or 15 years, on the Sunset Strip also. And I own a beautiful resort called Two Bunch Palm in Desert Hot Spring, which is 91 years old, was built by Al Capone in the 1920s. That was his hideout.
It's open already?
Oh, of course. It has the best natural spring water. People come from all around the world to go get treatments there. It has an amazing spa. You should go and check it out while you're here as my guest.
I should, thank you.
And sits on 280 acres of real estate. We're expanding the property by adding another maybe 60 to 80 rooms in the next year, year and a half. Also I'm building another hotel in West Hollywood, another one on the Sunset Strip. And we're expanding a Chinese theater which was built in the 1930s, 1931. The Chinese theater opened. It was built by Sid Roman, and that's where most of the celebrities' hand and footprints are for the most famous people in the world. And we're expanding that concept right now too.
So I see your future projects are in real estate. And what about the business film?
I'm shooting a movie right now in China. I have 2 young kids. I don't know what happened to Rasha. She'll come and say hi very soon. It's about pandas, called Pandas in the Wild. I made a deal with the Chinese government. It took about 2 years, so they're allowing us to film right now this movie, and it's great for my kids. It's an IMAX film.
It's beautiful.
And we're going to do another IMAX film, actually, which can't talk about it right now, but that'll be the next project. And working on another big film at Warner Brother called Extractables with some big action stars. But my love is actually real estate and hotels right now. I really want to build some really nice...
Nothing in Vegas, all in L.A.?
What do you mean, in hotels?
Yeah.
I'm building a hotel right now as we speak in West Hollywood.
In West Hollywood?
Yes.
But I mean, you don't have any project for an hotel in Las Vegas?
No, I'm not a big fan of Las Vegas. I never was. I don't like gambling. I don't like to stay till 5, 6 in the morning. I love having my kids. A great experience for me right now. So.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. They wanna make it in the neighborhood. They like the smell of it in Hollywood. How could it hurt you when it looks so good? Shine your light now.
بالإضافة لكونه رجل أعمال ومنتج بارز، إلي سماحة أيضا أب، والعائلة عنده مهمة جدا. رح نكتشف أكثر إلي سماحة الأب من بعد هالبريك الإعلاني. So let's talk about the family.
Yes.
I see you love your kids. You have a boy and a beautiful girl that we saw, Rasha. You were married to an actress, a very famous actress. Rasha, hi.
So this is my princess.
So tell us more about your first marriage.
I was dating this friend of mine who's an actress who I managed, and we ended up doing a few movies together. And we got married, and it didn't work out. And I'm very fortunate, you know, to that in the United States, if you don't get along with your ex-wife, you just get divorced and write them a nice check, and they leave you alone.
This doesn't happen in Lebanon, huh? Not often anymore.
It does or does
no,
not?
No, it doesn't. It's not as easy as that.
Well, but they get divorces in Lebanon.
No, they get more often now.
Yeah, because when I left Lebanon, I don't think I ever heard the word divorce over there.
And how do you spend much time with your kids? How do you live your role as a father?
I love my kids. I spend as much time as I could with them. I get my kids whenever I have time because I work so hard. So on Tuesdays and Fridays, I try to work half day. So Tuesday, I have Rasha here with Ishan. It's my son's name. And on Fridays, so they come here at noon and we spend time together. Tonight we'll maybe go to dinner, right, Rasha? And on Saturdays I have them all day. So I get them 2-3 days a week. They'll come during the summer and spend lots of time with me at the beach house, you know, and swim. And Rasha loves to play the piano like you.
Yeah,
Right,
I heard
Rasha?
her. And you like pandas? You're excited about the new movie?
She's going to go to Lebanon this summer.
Ah, yeah.
Are you excited to go to Lebanon, Rasha?
It will be her first time?
It'll be her first time to go to Lebanon, yes.
So you'll have to visit me.
You have
Yeah?
to visit her when you're in Lebanon, okay?
So I'll take you everywhere.
She's very excited. She has 2 cousins over there. George, my cousin, has 2 daughters, actually,
Yeah.
her age. Actually, one is younger than her by a year. Angie and what's Jane. So Angie and Jane, one is 6 and one is 8, and Rasha is 7. So they're going to hang out together and play.
And it's a beautiful time by summer in Lebanon. It's
We're thinking in May sometime.
May,
yeah. Right after I go to Cannes, so hopefully, you know, we'll just
yeah,
go
during
there.
spring.
Yes.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screens, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just on the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you work. Make 'em go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave 'em all in awe. You don't have to feel like a wasted space. You're original.
I see that you visit Lebanon many times per year, Mr. Samaha. Are you thinking, and I see you are having some business projects in Lebanon. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I'm not very good with location. That's why I asked my cousin George. We're building 3 different clubs and restaurants in on the way to Juni, Antillas it's called?
Yeah.
Antillas. And they were designed by G+. I told you my girlfriend owns the design company. So they designed my place, which is going to be the supper club, and a geisha house, most likely, and a rooftop. And they also designed the Mahanna restaurant, which is building right on the water next to us.
Yeah.
And I think they've done an amazing job because what they designed does not exist anywhere in the Middle East. Her partner's one of the #1 designers in the United States. She's won Best Design for the stuff she's done in the last couple of years. And they're very excited. They all, actually, my girlfriend was with me in Lebanon 2 years ago, I think, with her partner. And they looked at the location and they valued the design, and you know they've done a great job for us. So we're very happy. We just started construction this year, and we hope to be open next year.
Beautiful. How do you foresee Lebanon's future? We know it's a country that survived 35 years of war, And if we go now to Lebanon, you cannot, everything, all restaurants and clubs are overbooked. So what do you think?
I love Lebanon. I mean, I was born there. How could I not love Lebanon? I would love to have something there, so it'll give me a reason to go there, which is very important. And I would say I would foresee Lebanon to be the way it used to be when I was growing up, when I was 10 years old. The hub of the Middle East, the Switzerland of the Middle East, because Lebanese people are very, very resilient. Any other country in the world that will go through what Lebanese people has gone through, you know, you would never survive. But I have lots of friends, whether they're in Mexico or whether they're in New York, or if you do your due diligence, you'll find out that some of the most talented people in this country are all Lebanese. You know, they've done very, very well. So I'm very proud to be Lebanese, and I hope, you know, when all the fighting around Lebanon settles down, I think it's just going to elevate Lebanon to a different level.
We all hope so.
I've taken several of my actor friends with me to Lebanon. I did a few shows over there,
Yeah,
concerts
like
and
you,
stuff.
Maria Carey and
We took
50 Cent.
We took Mariah Carey over there for a show, 50 Cent, the Pussycat Dolls, and you know, I took also lots of my friends that came with me there, you know, to Lebanon. Different actors who love Lebanon, who had an amazing time. They love the food. Today, the Lebanese food is the most famous food in the United States,
In the
thanks
whole world,
to the
I
war
think.
in Iraq, and you know, millions of soldiers learning about hummus and tabbouleh and all of that stuff.
I saw it everywhere. There are a
Yes.
lot of Lebanese restaurants here in LA.
Yeah. I mean, what Lebanese food is one of the healthiest food in the world, because it's all vegetarian. It's very healthy. It's very
And there's
organic.
a wide variety of dishes.
Yes,
So-
and you know, and lots of people in this country who are vegetarian, it's not very difficult for them to really go into a Lebanese restaurant and they have a choice of maybe 20 different things they could order that are great.
Yeah.
I don't think I could live without Lebanese food.
Do you think one day you may settle down in Lebanon, or it's very difficult?
I'll be lying if I told you I would do that, but because, you know, I've been here for over 30 years, and I will be visiting Lebanon as much as I could, but we have too many businesses here, you know. If they ever fix the traffic in Lebanon, I might consider that, but every time I get stuck
Everybody
on
tells
the
me that.
autostrade, I says,
But
I'm
there's
never...
traffic in LA too.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you have ways to exit from this street to that street. But in Lebanon, when you get stuck on the autostrade, you're dead. That's it. You know, there's only one way in, one way
You
out.
like it only for holidays, so.
Well, holidays and other stuff, you know, I go there. We still have land and properties and homes.
And now the new business.
And the new business will give me a reason to go there more than I have gone there in the past. So I kind of, I want to say, I got so used to the American ways. It'd be very difficult, you know, for me to go and get started again. At this time in my life, you know, I really like where I am and where my place is. And right now I'm expanding the Chinese theater, which is, we're looking to expand into Singapore and China and Russia and other places. So that's my goal, expanding the spa that we have, the hotel, to Bunch Palm, to other countries. So, you know, it's a very large world, and there's lots of Lebanese people everywhere, you know.
Indeed.
Whether it's Brazil, which is an amazing place and I love, and or whether, you know, we go to just expand in the United States. It's such a large country, you know. You have 325 million people in this country.
Mr. Samaha, you have a great career with a lot in real estate, in clubs and restaurants, in film business. There are many people who, you know, they have maybe negative point of view around your career, and others praise you. What do you tell to those who praise you, and what are your comments to those who don't?
The last thing I worry about is what people say. When people stop talking about me, that's when I should get worried. So to me I've only been a believer of what I could do and what I could deliver. There has been times where people didn't think I could produce one film, and I don't need to prove to anybody, but whether it's the New York Times, the LA Times, or the Wall Street Journal, who has had me on the cover, speak for what I've done and what I've accomplished. Owning the Chinese theater in Hollywood could speak for itself. I don't need to. I'm not really very impressed with what people think. That's something that never was a big concern of mine. To me I only care about my health, my family, my mother, my kids. And as long as I have my health and my happiness, I don't care what other people really think.
Right.
Lots of people in the world, they think they could do things better than you could, and they could probably, But for me, as I've always surrounded myself with people who I know I want to be around, I've managed to get where I am just with a certain beliefs of what I could do on my own.
Sure.
I've never depended on other people. I've never counted on other people. But for me, there's one thing that I believe in. If I put my head into something, I know I'm going to get it done.
Yeah, and that's it. Do you have a last word to all Lebanese watching you tonight?
It's very easy to talk about things. Just go out and get it done.
Thank you very much, and bravo for your career, and thank you for this beautiful and interesting interview. Hope to see you very soon in Lebanon.
Of course, I'll be there in the next few months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye, Hollywood Hills. I'm gonna miss you wherever I go. I'm gonna come back to walk these streets again. Remember that we had fun together. Bye bye, rodeo girls. I'm gonna love you wherever I go. I'm gonna come back so we can play together. Bye bye, Hollywood Hills forever. Long distance love doesn't work. All the miles in between getting nowhere. No, I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go.
بهالحلقة تعرفنا على رجل أعمال والمنتج اللبناني الأمريكي إلي سماحة، وتعلمنا من خبرته بالحياة، وأيضا قد ايه مقرب على كل الممثلين الأمريكان البارزين بهوليوود. أنا من هوليوود بولفارد بودعكم وبشوفكم بحلقة جاية.
Come back to walk these streets again. Remember that we had fun together. Bye bye, rodeo girls. I'm gonna love you wherever I go. I'm gonna come back so we can play together. E vedrai un'altra te, quasi invincibile, viva come non mai, ed è lì che tu mi avrai, oltre false magie, l'orizzonte sarai, splenderai.
Si vous souhaitez revoir cette émission et pour plus d'infos, visitez notre site internet www.mtv.com.lb.